Hey, what's going on guys? Mark back in the workshop on Mark's Aquatics. Right, on this little video we got some rather good news. We have a proud dad and a very proud mum. Now look how thin she is. Now I'm not sure if it was on the last video, but we put a pot right in the background there, right in the middle of the screen there, you can see it. And if you look on the inside, I will get you a better view of this in a minute, but they've been very busy laying lots and lots of eggs in that pot early this morning, and I've been doing a little bit of, I tried to get a little bit of video of them, but it was just too much behind the weed and I couldn't really see what was going on. So if we I'll just pause it for a moment, and then what I'll do is I'll just slowly move the lid away and we'll just move that weed aside with the tongs so I can show you the eggs. I'm not sure how many is there, but it looks quite a few. Okay guys, I've just taken the lid off. Now we can see inside the top, and Dad is there protecting those eggs. Mum's down there, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put in some food just to get them a little bit occupied, and then I can stick the tongs in from the top and we'll just move that weed out the way. Right, okay, I've got the food going in. Right, we should have a little bit of a feeding frenzy going on here now. I'll just let him get into the rhythm of things. Dad's gone back in the pot, so I'm going to wait until he comes out, and here he comes. He's popping out of the back there now. So I'm going to try and set you up here without disturbing him. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Can you see that? There is thousands of eggs. Now Dad's attacking the tongs. I'll just try and keep that out the way there. Maybe move that little bit of weed out the way as well. And flatten that off. I don't think you're going to be able to see that very well. I'm going to have to sort out a little bit better footage, I think, and get out of there because I'm upsetting Dad a little bit. My goodness, there is, well, they say they can have up to 7,000 eggs, and they're going to take around 20 days to hatch. So they were laid today, so I will make a note on my little wall here on my calendar, and then hopefully we can time it in the evening when they're going to hatch, which would be absolutely phenomenal to watch. It really would. Dad's back out again. They've got a routine of coming out and seeing me, so every time that I come out they pop out for their food like all your aquarium fish do. They soon get familiar where they're being fed from. But look at that, there's a very proud Dad now. He's going to watch those eggs now and guard them. Any little hermit crabs or anything else that try and get in there now, he's going to bully them straight out of there. And I'm going to have to time it as well. I'm going to have to get a sponge filter on that, otherwise all the fry are going to be sucked up into there. And likewise on the other side, because obviously we got, that's the one for the chiller, and one behind the pot right in the back corner there is the one for the main Oasis filter, which is filtration, sorry, is the filtration on this system. So we'll have to put some fine sponge filters on those. So make sure the little guys are all happy. Here's Mum down here looking absolutely gorgeous. Look at that, beautiful markings. And Mr. Hermit Crab is fallen over. So there you go. But it's all happening. Look how stripped she is. She's really thin now. And it was the other day where I thought she'd eaten a shrimp. It wasn't. It must have been just all the eggs, because I've never seen so many eggs. I thought clownfish had a lot of eggs, but these guys really do pack the eggs into that. They really pack those eggs into that little pot there. And like I said, I've just done the GoPro footage, so I'm going to put that on here as well, and hopefully that's going to turn out alright. I'll put that on right now. Right, okay guys, I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to feed the crabs and let you see how crazy they go. Let's get ready to rumble! Oh, they make me laugh, these guys. They really do. So comical. Chasing each other around the tank, bullying each other. But like I said in the last video, guys, these have got to go back. They're far too big. I know a lot of you have said that they're going to grow. Green crabs grow at a very, very fast rate. And like I said, we're going to pick up some baby ones to go in here now. Lots of little baby stuff to put in here and make it look awesome. But they've been great fun. They've kept me entertained for the time they've been, well, for the short time that they've been in here, really. And like I said, we had that really windy day down the beach. Everything was going mad. The storm was blowing. If you watch that video, if you haven't seen those videos, guys, pop back and watch the rest of the series on these tank builds, because they're quite interesting if you're into seawater and you want to see or learn how to recreate one of these little systems for your own house. It is a lot of fun and great education for your children as well. You can sit there in the evening and the kids will be laughing their little heads off watching these crabs running around, bullying each other. It's absolutely crazy fun to watch. It really is. Well, getting back onto the other tank now. That is awesome news with the gobies laying all those eggs. There must be thousands there. There really must be. I mean, I know a good patch of clownfish eggs, and there's normally around up to 1,000 eggs there, and that looks twice to 3 times the amount that that a clownfish lays. So we're going to have a monstrous hatch here when it does happen, and it's going to be very, very exciting if I can catch that footage for you so you can see it with all these thousands of little babies swimming around. We're going to try and save as many as we can. Obviously some will get predated upon by Aunt Blenny, I would have thought, and maybe the goby parents as well. Like clownfish, they're fantastic parents when they're looking after the eggs, but when they hatch, anything that swims and darts around in the water is normally fair game. They don't look after them like cichlids do after they've actually hatched in the aquarium, so, or in the sea. So it's this is why they normally hatch in the evening time, or in the dark, you see. So as soon as it's dark, they hatch, they float off into the water column, they join the plankton chain, and there they'll feed on the plankton until they're big enough, and then they'll settle on the bottom again, and there you go, and colonise, and we'll have another load of gobies in there. But I'm not surprised there's that many gobies down at the beach if they all have that many eggs. Absolutely thousands of them. So I'm going to have to keep my eye on these little guys now. I can see them there right through the weed. Dad's back in the pot with his little head sticking out the pot with his little sword. Anyone comes near me and you're going to get it. Keep away from my kids. That's brilliant stuff. Hello, you. She is always watching. Aunt Blenny is always watching. I really hope to get her a boyfriend soon as well, because she's probably feeling a little bit left out. But it'll be interesting to get a couple more of those little guys in there as well. And when these guys actually do hatch, here comes Dad again, they look quite big, the eggs. So on the last video, well, you probably see on the glass here, well, this morning I've cleaned this side of the glass, but I'll just take you out the tripod and I'll show you the other side of the glass, because we've got hundreds, if not thousands, of little copepods. You're probably not going to see them because of the bubbles in the water, but no, you're not going to see them on there, which is a bit of a shame. I'll try and get you some footage actually from the inside of the aquarium, which might be a little bit clearer for you. Sorry for all the jiggling around. But if you can see them on the other side of the glass, the bubbles that aren't moving, that is thousands and thousands of tiny little copepods that I showed you on the last video, and they are absolutely covering all the weed. All the substrate will be full of them. Hello. They'll be all creeping around in amongst this substrate. Now when them babies hatch, they'll be feeding on those little guys as well, because they are microscopic and the baby versions of them. But also I'll hatch out a load of baby brine shrimp, which are really small, and they're used, obviously they're in they're salt water anyway, so they will survive in here for quite some time. So I'll breed a heap of those guys up and throw them in, and everything will have a good feast on those. I'll try and zoom in once more for you on those eggs. I'm not sure how clear it's going to be, but the inside of that pot is absolutely covered. And I've got another pot here, exactly the same, in my hand. That's how big the pot is. and it is absolutely rammed in there full of eggs. Look at that. Fantastic stuff. Anyway guys, I'm going to leave it there. Lovely picture of Dad and a lovely picture of Mum. They're going to be good looking kids. Anyway guys, as always, you're all stars. Love you loads. Take care, and I'll see you on the next episode of Mark's Aquatics. Bye for now.